That is awful, I cannot blow that for. Thank you.
I say it time and again, but shooting does take you to some of the most awesome places. These are the Fovant badges in Wiltshire. These regimental badges were first carved into this hillside in 1916 by men waiting to go to France. The keeper here is one of my oldest friends.
Not a me problem. Your personal fitness is your own responsibility.
And I've been looking forward to shooting here since he started.
Welcome to Wiltshire, the bleakest, most handsome county in the world.
Which way is town?
Just hold it there.
Back the way you came. Welcome everybody to East Farm Fovant. Have a good day today, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Make sure every bird has a bit of sky behind it. We'll be moving up 3 pegs between each drive. Have a good time. If you've got any issues, please let me know and we'll...
How many drives we do?
As many as we need to.
There were some regular faces and some new ones in the line today. So it was hard to stop talking whilst we walked into the first drive.
Is that your New Year's resolution? Welcome to Wiltshire, guys. I'm not allowed to talk loudly because we're right on the edge of the shoot and these birds, being late season, are a little jumpy. I had a conversation into Peg, as would we all, and we scared a few out, so he's asked us kindly to be quiet. We're starting this first drive with a 28. We're going to be changing guns a lot today. We've got Ben over there's got the 410. I'm going to be shooting that 410 yield that's in a bit, though you'll probably see Ant shooting it first. Ant's on his 20, I'm on a 28. This is a small ball day. I think shooting has a bit of a thing, and we're guilty of showing it as much as anyone else, of high class shoots, lots of money. This is a very low cost day. Good fun, good friends, small bag. And we're going to sit down afterwards and we're going to have some great food. And because small bores have ballistically come on so far in the last few decades, we're going to be shooting some small guns. So I've actually borrowed this Kaiser Garabi Summit for today, and I'm on Hull Imperial Game 16 gram 5s. I tell you what, the best bit about small balls so far is that I can fit 25 in a pocket of a normal jacket. They don't weigh anything. Today was the hardest frost of the year so far. It was -3 when we woke up. I can feel all the northerners and people from different countries where it's actually cold laughing right now. But for me, on the south coast of England, -3. First flushish came through, Ryan down the end with his little 410, poked 2 birds, well, I think 2 birds out of the air. It's amazing what these little guns can do. Again, ballistically they are. Ryan! You say, when you have a small bore day, everyone tries something slightly new for the first time. Is Ryan okay? Do you want to go see Ryan?
Ryan, can we get a word on what's happening here? Don't shoot a baby Breton on a game day because the cartridges don't come out. It's pissing me off. I've had enough already. It's the first time you've took out the baby Breton. It is the first time, and I thought, well, it's a nice little little game day. I'll take the baby Breton out. It is. It's jammed in there, mate. Not just a gamekeeper, is an on-site gunsmith as well. I'll have to top barrel it. That one's jammed in there. Gun is jammed.
Oh, is it broken or is it okay?
It's jammed. Dave tried to put a knife in it, but nothing's really happened.
Oh dear. And there you have it, the end of the drive. 3 shots, 2 birds for myself. In the modern world, we're all not obsessed with height, but there's an interesting element, and this really changes the game. Let's be honest, ballistically, a 12 bore is very capable of killing birds out to 40, 50, 60 yards without too much effort, providing you put the gun in the right place. One of these changes the game, changes the entire feeling. And to be honest, it's strange shooting lead for the first time of season as well.
Still there, isn't it? Yeah.
What's up with it?
But you fucking...
As Ryan walked back to change his gun over, we all cut across to the second drive, where I stood for a catch-up with Big Dave.
What were you expecting on this drive, mate?
A few partridge.
Yeah?
Mainly on this. The pheasants aren't very good, I'm not going to lie.
That's right.
Because they like to pitch in to there, back into the pen, but we're limited on what we can and can't do here.
We can all see giant valleys in Wales and Yorkshire and Devon being shot on 500 bird days, but the reality is this is
more accessible.
I think everyone watches videos and gets drawn in by the marketing and then stands on a drive like this and goes, well, they're not 50 yards. And you go, well, no.
But you'll get 30 yarders all day long, which a lot of shoots do produce. You don't get 50s and 60s off these giant ones all the time.
It's a very British thing to think that the bird cares about how far away it is. The game is to kill it cleanly, and if you're going to shoot lower stuff, bring an appropriate gun and load, and the bird doesn't care. I'd rather kill a 15-yard bird cleanly than prick a long one.
I think this is the more sustainable version.
Oh, we're going to come together, have some fun and shoot some birds as a team between us and the beaters, and then we're going to have a brilliant dinner afterwards. I'm kind of looking forward to that. Not the most, because that would be assaulting. But I'm looking forward to having a beer and a curry with you afterwards with what we shoot today.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, mate, but as I come into my middle ages, I'd rather share a peg with a mate than stand by yourself. Nicely done. It's a flicker gun. Yeah, you need to actively give it more lead. Yeah. It's not... That was really nice. Between me and Dave, we had four birds there. I am guilty, as is everyone else, and it's different this season with steel, but in the past I shoot your 32 gram 5s at every opportunity, and you don't need to. Clearly, average pheasants and partridge can be shot with a 16 gram 7. And to be honest, I'm holding on to this because I want to eat it. I'm going to eat it tonight.
On the third drive, I did actually get to shoot the Yieldits 410 that David brought along from his other job at the importer. However, you have the pleasure of Ant's company for this drive.
So we're here at Foven with a small bore day, on a small shoot, doing small things, which luckily I'm quite used to handling small things. I've had a lot of practice over the years. I've got my little 20 bore today. I don't generally go lower than 20 bore because I'm a big believer in that if you're not a good shot, you shouldn't shoot too small a bore. And I'm not the best, as everybody knows. So this is my classic double. We managed to pick this up while we were up at Ladyswood. After shooting it, this is the second day shooting it now. I was up in Yorkshire last week. It's doing all right. It's a cracking little thing. Stood on this nice little sort of farmland drive. It's got a nice feel about it. Like, I don't know, I think it's much more relaxed, much more enjoyable. You can pick your birds a little bit, because there is a few about, but there's not millions in a drive. Come on, Graham, he's yours. Give him one. Go on. Hey! It's the way I think shooting's got a future, this kind of thing. You know, no big clouds of birds, no 100 bird drives. It's just nice. And I think it's the future of where we're going. Reasonable amount of game in there. He's obviously got a lovely habitat. He's got some nice kale up the side there. He's got some maize at the back. Lovely bit of woodland in between. You know, it's doing it properly. It's not just putting single species biodiversity in the place. It's going to be good for things all year round. I mean, as we've been driving around, we've seen loads of songbirds about the place. He's obviously feeding through the winter periods. It's going to help them out. And the more we could do this, I think the better it'd be, you know, for the countryside in general. The better side of what we do. The better side of what we do. And it's good to see Dave back out from the shop enjoying himself on a shoot. He has got a smile on his face and he doesn't know how to blow a horn, but we'll teach him. We'll teach him.
We did this day as a bring and share, and as we delved into each other's bags, we also breasted off some birds from the first drive to get them ready for lunch.
So that's Ant in his car. Looks like he's struggling to get up the hill. I respect him to the ends of the earth, but having to follow up on that carnage with my 45,000 mile old tyres fills me with no joy.
I'm going to live to regret this.
Yeah, you were mugging me off, mate.
Well, it was, then you've ruined the track for me.
There's plenty of track there that's not ruined, mate.
Well, I tried to get on it, but you'd ruined the bit for me to get on the good bit.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, the thing is you all the track.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately I left the Challenger Mark II at home.
Right.
And I brought my commuting car.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in my commuting car and it's the only one that's parked up where we needed to be.
We're stuck behind his commuting car.
As the weather rolled in, the iPhone camera came back into play.
Come on, big man.
You're from Montenegro.
You're from Southampton with legs that are about 8 foot long.
That's why I'm really good at running on the flat. Catch a gazelle with my bare teeth. This is the biggest gun of the day. This is a classic doubles 20. This is an Ant's new gun. I absolutely love. I mean, I bullied him into buying it, but it is lovely. And to be honest, I felt way more comfortable with the 410 than the 28, and I kind of feel like this is a bit big. Shooting small bores and big guns is a different kettle of fish. Oh, this is a beautiful drive. Partridge often don't take the straight line, but they contour. Partridges contouring off of this beast are not a different gravy, they're a good gravy. A step above Bisto, right, Sash?
Bisto is high quality.
Bisto, if you go for like the Bisto in the glass jar, that's high quality. If you go for the Bisto in the Ant, is it all on Ant? So Luke over there has shot his first game burst today. He had a good first drive and then has had a wobble ever since. But that is part and parcel. We're all guilty of watching social media and thinking, oh, that's easy. This isn't easy stuff. It does take an element of skill. That rush that you get when you first do it does throw all of your skill and technique and all the learning you've done out of the window. Yeah, and this is cold by the southern standards, isn't it, Zach?
This is freezing by southern standards. -3 degrees in the morning.
That is cold.
That is extremely cold.
I don't know if Ant can tell this, but we can see his missus beautifully from up here. To be fair, he shot some spankers with that little Bits 410. I take it back, I'm sorry mate, you shot everything, you did this. The 20 was lovely. I enjoyed the 20. To be honest, the 410 was the shock of the day for me. How enjoyable that was. I wish I'd have shot it all day.
The day done, we went back to the pavilion to knock together the rest of lunch.
What's cooking good looking?
Partridge and lamb boona. Because we're here shooting today, not cooking. And as such, we went for the easiest possible option for dinner. Jar curry.
It was an interesting day. Using a small bore is a new thing for me.
You had a bit of bad luck in the morning.
Both my small bores didn't work. The baby Breton is getting sold. That whatever. I saw somebody on YouTube review one and they said they were the best thing, a really good bit of engineering. He lied, they're crap.
Have you ever heard of testing your gear before bringing it to a wonderful place like this? In fact, I heard it's disrespectful to the keeper to turn up with bad gear.
That's why I brought two.
Double tips, well lucky you're going to get £6.
That's why I brought two bag guns.
You enjoyed the day, mate?
Oh, yeah.
I did notice that.
Any words of wisdom to say?
Well shot.
Don't. You hate everybody.
You especially.
I didn't wonder how you'd done the rice. That's why you wanted a microphone.
Perhaps most importantly today, Luke shot his first pheasant.
Luke, mate, you shot your first pheasant today, and as such, you deserve.
And went through a rite of passage to mark this special occasion. Days like this are often looked down on by the big boys and written off as not special enough. But I tell you what, I wouldn't trade days like this for the earth. They're accessible, affordable, justifiable, and most importantly, unforgettable.